here. We've got the Hyundai toss coin rep as well. He's going to hand over the coin to Travis Head, who's going to flip the coin, and Sikandar Raza to call.
Ready?
Here we go, boys.
Tails, please.
Tails is a call. It's come down as head.
Yes, thanks. Bowl, Richie.
It's a head. What have you decided to do?
We're going to have a bowl. It's good.
Well, I mean, what about the difficulty quotient here? Because one eye obviously on cricket, the other eye on the fitness issues. Has it been tough?
No, it's we're used to a bit of chaos early in competitions like this. We've had it before, so really relaxed group, calm, we're in a good space. We played well the other night, so challenge now again is to back up and put another good performance in.
Talking of good batting the other day, 22 twos, lot of singles, rotation of strike. Is this the best way to bat on a surface like this?
I think it's dealing with conditions. I felt we did it really, really well. We want to keep the pressure on the run rate. I felt like we did it in a different way than we naturally do, and that's down to the wicket conditions and a different wicket today. So sum up those conditions, do it well, adapt and play well.
Yeah, news on Steve Smith. Has he joined? What is his status?
No, he's not here yet. He's played golf a couple of days ago, so I think he's in tonight, I think. So yeah, it'd be nice having him around, and hopefully the skipper gets fit soon.
All right. Any team changes?
Connolly and Bartlett out for Dorcius and Tim David back.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Sikandar, well, you're batting first. Your thoughts?
Yeah, at R.Premadasa it's not really a bad thing because I think the wicket is actually quite good at the start and it starts to get slower. Hopefully when the sun comes out it will get slower. And we picked an extra spinner for today anyway, so I think it suits it really well.
You blew away Oman with that hard length. Do you think this is a surface where you can do the same against Australia?
I think on this surface, ideally you want to be touchfuller because the bounce between these two surfaces are close to 13 centimeters, and that's quite a lot. If you bowl the same length here, I think it could sit up really nicely for them. So we just have to try and find the top of stump length, and I think stay there. And hopefully it looks touch slow, but hopefully it starts to turn as well, and that'll be interesting.
You've been unbeaten in this group, obviously. You know, that's the best time really to meet a team like Australia.
Yeah, certainly. We don't get a lot of bilateral against them, so certainly ICC has given us this dance floor, and all I'm asking for that we should take full advantage of that and try and put our best foot forward and give the world a very good game as well and see what happens after.
Right. Team changes?
Yeah, we got two changes. Unfortunately, Brendan Taylor picked up an injury and he's been ruled out of the competition. On the other hand, Garava is more of a precautionary measure. His first scan and second scan has come back pretty positive, so he misses out today as well. And for those, Tony Manuga and Graham Creamer comes back in.
Have a fantastic one.
Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you.
Right there, and with the news for you at the toss, it's Australia won it and decided to bowl.
Okay, Australia won the toss and they've decided to bowl. They have backed themselves to chase under the heat, and also maybe the scoreboard pressure will come into play.
One is that, secondly, it's a morning game, right? So there might be extra bit of dew, and that might be the reason why they've chosen to bowl again, because there would be some help. If there is extra moisture, it will help the bowlers, and hopefully it will settle down once the sun comes out. It gets hotter, it will settle down. There's another role. If you look at the surface, it's quite interesting how both the teams have I think, read it differently. You're looking at the Australian side, they've picked up a seamer in place of a spinner, while Zimbabwe kind of forced to pick up an extra spinner. This pitch looks really nice, but we've seen in the past in this tournament, this plays on the slower side. There is more help for the spinners, and especially the faster bowlers when they take pace off. So that'll be quite interesting to see how this pitch plays out. It has been on the slower side though.
So spin to win is the mantra?
Yeah, could well be, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously if you look at, it's a well-rounded, both the sides are well-rounded. Let's have a look at the Zimbabwe playing 11. Ngarava not there, injured. They're forced to make a couple of changes there. So Muza Robani is there and Evans. So these two guys have already picked wickets in the last game. Munionga is in, and so is someone else in there, isn't it?
There's also Creamer who is there.
Creamer is there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
so, yeah.
And then we look at Brian Bennett up top. There is Marumani as well.
Yes.
And Marumani can give them that firepower. And we saw Brian Bennett, who was standing tall in the previous game.
Absolutely. I mean, Bennett, he is a gun player and he's a proper all-rounder. He bowls, he bats, he's a super fielder as well. He scored one of the highest run scorers in this cycle in the world in this format. So a lot would depend on Bennett and how he gives Zimbabwe the start that they want.
Let's also take a look at Australia's playing 11. They did say there are a bunch of changes but there is still Zampa, there is Ellis, there's Dwarish who's the change.
Yes.
Connelly is out, but the biggest story here, Tim David is in.
Tim David is in, so that's a big positive for Australia. He missed out on the last game because of an injury. Now the big question is, when is Mitch Marsh available and he's fit? But yeah, it's quite interesting. But end of the day, Adam Zampa, he's going to be the key, whether it's batting or bowling, because of his experience and obviously what he does with the ball.
Exactly, Zampa has been crucial, and we'll take a look at Zampa's fantastic spells.
You can't keep Zampa out the game. Zampa has to.
Zampa and Maxwell, they're doing the job for Australia at the moment.
He's got 4 far. 100 for Adam Zampa. Nice little milestone for the leggy. First Australian to get there in T20 cricket. Fantastic, Adam Zampa.
Looking back on probably the last decade, I've been able to play a lot of T20 cricket for Australia, which is something I'm proud of. And I think, just being able to focus on white ball has obviously given me the chance to play a lot and get a lot of wickets. So proud, but also it just means I've played a lot. Hopefully got a lot more wickets in me.
Adam Zampa could be our X factor. I'd say he's our main guy in our team. I think we build the whole team around him. Clearly he's got it done in the big pressure situations, so hope he can do it again.
Well, in a World Cup you often rely on your trump cards, and Zampa is one of these trump cards for Australia.
Yeah, he's a babyface assassin, isn't he? He looks like a child, but he's been around for a while. One of the most underrated cricketers in the last few years. He picks up so many wickets, but then still not, you don't name him when you talk about the main bowlers in world cricket, but he is. And also, not just his bowling part. I think what will also be important would be his experience in that dressing room, looking at that bowling unit, looking at that team and that dressing room. There's a lot of inexperience there, especially in T20 cricket. That's where, along with Travis said, I think his experience will be key for the success of this team in this
tournament. And we saw that against Ireland as well. He was clinical, 4 for 23. Well, there's a lot to chat about in this game, Australia, Zimbabwe. But it's now time for a short break. We'll be back shortly.
Emirates, premier partner of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup, co-presented by Lexus.
That also has the services of all-rounders like Cameron Green. We've seen that he's got a lot of batting starts in his career, but what does he need to do or tell himself to convert these into big innings?
Well, Cameron Green's role at number 3 is really specific now for Australia, and they're really clear with how they want to play that first 6 overs. They understand the importance of getting off to a flyer in the power play. So for a player like Cameron Green and Travis Head and Josh Inglis or Mitch Marsh, if he comes back into the side, it's more about the impact that they can have in that first 6 overs. So Australia have got a really well-balanced and deep batting lineup for that reason. So Cameron Green has almost got a licence to say, you know what, the first 6, we understand the importance of it because we need to get off to a flyer. So yes, from the outside it looks as though he's not making the most of the starts that he's got, but in reality he's doing exactly what the team need from him. Of course it'd be great if he kicks on and plays in those middle overs and continues to dominate, but I think that first 10 or 15 balls that he faces is as important. So I wouldn't be too concerned with whether he gets 70 or 80 or anything like that. I think that initial impact is more important.
Thank you so much, Aaron, for joining us. Australia won the toss and they have elected to field first. You look at Brian Bennett up top, and he stood tall against Oman as well. How key is he to Zimbabwe's campaign?
Very, very important. He's in super form. He plays with a lot of positive intent, and also he's a youngster. He's the next generation coming through. If you look at that Zimbabwe side, especially the batting unit,
Australia,
you see
and they're really clear with
faces and people who've been playing and been around for a while. So one, he is the number 1 batter for them, and also he's the youngster. He's the future of Zimbabwe cricket. So it's going to be very, very important, the start that he gives and how he takes this team along with him.
And the future of Zimbabwe cricket is up against Nathan Ellis today, who's taken up that role of leadership
Travis
when the
Josh Inglis or Mitch Marsh, if he comes back into the side.
It's
more about the impact they can have in that first 6 overs. So Australia have got a really well-balanced and deep batting lineup for that reason. So Cameron Green has almost got a licence
between his slowest delivery, which is 102, and his quickest, which is around 140. So we're talking about a huge, huge difference. Quick arm action, really good release point. He hurries batters. He's not the tallest, so the ball skids through. So watch out for him on this surface as well. Even if it's on the slower side, he's going to be the one to watch out for when it comes to quick bowling.
Absolutely, it's going to be a fantastic contest that we have on our hands. Australia have won the toss. They have decided to bowl first. So toss out of the way, the plans are locked in, the field is set. It's Australia versus Zimbabwe. Live action is going to be right in a little while. What we do know is that this is going to be a fantastic contest. Australia, Zimbabwe both raring to go, looking for momentum. Live action awaits.
city. Ocean, breeze, cleanliness, pollution-free. This is going to be a very good contest. Australia taking on Zimbabwe. Mitch Marsh is still unfit. Zimbabwe have not been beaten so far in this group, so good time really to go and meet Australia. A lot of interest in this contest. Here we go then at R.Premadasa Stadium, Colombo. Australia versus Zimbabwe. Should be a good contest this in Group B. It's a lovely setup. That's how things are in Group B. Sri Lanka at the top. 2 played in 2-1. Australia played won that quite convincingly against Ireland. Zimbabwe were all over Oman. They blew them away with great fast bowling. Yeah, they have colourful fans. The Australians travel from Sydney and the rest of Australia to be part of this great World Cup. Flags being spread out. The young kids. Few characters in the aisles already. This is a day game. Starts at 11 a.m. local time. Chris Gaffney and Ravindra Vimal Siri are the on-field umpires. Richie Richardson, of course, is the match referee. Players make their way out, and we'll have national anthems shortly. Sikandar Raza Travis Head still leads Australia. Very good tradition. It's good vibes to the players. The national anthem, just about perfect setup before the game. Part of the deal is to feel motivated, feel emotional about the contest. National anthems gets the best out of the players.
Ladies and gentlemen, if able, please rise for the national anthem of Zimbabwe, followed by Australia.
Good morning, Aaron Finch. Australia winning the toss, electing to bowl first. This is Zimbabwe, missing a couple of ace players. Grava is out. Taylor is out as well, so a couple of changes in this contest against Australia.
Yeah, they do. The fact that they'll have the batting hand first means that they'll have to be aggressive at the top to try and put this Australian bowling lineup, which is so spin heavy with Zampa, Kuhnemann, the option of Maxwell, Matt Renshaw as well. But where it is there, it's the top of the order, the explosive three that can do some damage. But this is a matchup that Zimbabwe will come into with a lot of confidence. Beaten Australia before in a T20 World Cup, and beaten Australia a few times in one-day cricket. Real opportunity here today.
Last two matches won by teams batting first. Australia trying with the idea to bowl first. Interesting choice there.
I can understand it though, with a fresh wicket being a morning game. What you can often get is a touch of moisture in the surface, so it almost becomes slightly tacky on top, which means that the ball can do a fraction. The spinners can get some real assistance. I'm not surprised by the call, but I think if Zimbabwe had it their way, they would have gone this way as well and try and put a score on the board, use their spinners, particularly in the second half of this match, to put Australia under some real pressure.
They need to kick on well here. Zimbabwe, the first 6 overs are going to be critical. Were 4 down in the power when Zimbabwe bowled wonderful length, that hard length. It's a different pitch where the ball doesn't bounce that much, so you've got to adjust your line and your length. Variation could be the key here. Important element of your success, your opening pair, because it's not only about getting your team off to a good start, it's about setting the tone in the dugout as well. You know, strong body language, good shots. You've discovered, boys, so relax in the dugout.
Yeah, 100%. I understand the importance of that opening partnership to set the tone for the innings as well. Australia the other night defending 182 against Ireland. They got off to the perfect start with ball in hand. They got power play wickets. In my opinion, there is nothing more important in the game than wickets inside the first 6, because it just gives you so much flexibility with ball in hand. On the flip side, when you're out there captaining and the ball starts flying. There's Ben Dorshus. He's in for his first World Cup game in this campaign. Be surprised if he didn't take the new ball.
When you talk of adjustment and adapting to the conditions, I think Australians are quite good at hitting the length hard in Australia in bouncy conditions. I think the go-to ball could be the variation, the slow balls, the cutters, the off-cutters and the leg cutters, and set the field accordingly.
And that's a big part of the reason why Ben Dorshus has been brought in. Just a change of angle, a left arm up, hit through some right-handers, the option to bowl those slow balls, the angle and the cut going across the right-handed batters, mixing up with variations. That'll be really important today. It's so important. Often when you're travelling around and you're playing on different wickets from venue to venue, but also when you're at a place like R.Premadasa, which has such extremes. We saw a used wicket that Australia played on, big spin, started to get tired and go low towards the end of the game. This one, brand new fresh wicket. Good opportunity with bat in hand first up. Brian Bennett, he started off beautifully in the first game. The player that is the aggressive opening batter, 22-year-old, he looks to take it on from the start.
Marumani is his partner, 24 years age. It's a young opening pair. Talk about batting and bowling options, how to adapt. What about the keeper? I think keeper's role is as critical, because on a surface like this with cutters, slow deliveries, he's got to adjust and maybe come up to the stumps also when somebody is trying to get out of the crease. So his role becomes critical as well. Mid wicket is in. 3 on the leg side in the circle, 3 on the offside. There's a slip in place as well. Here we go then. That's well fielded. Action, first ball.
Just a hint of swing there from Ben Dorcius. I like that there's a catching mid-wicket in place. Anything that swings back, catches the inside edge. But they've also got that first slip. Cameron Green, he's got a great pair of hands. He's there for anything angled across that doesn't swing. That's Tim David in there, looking for anything off that inside edge that flies away early.
And a miss angle across the stumps.
We saw the first ball swing back. This one just goes across. Decent seam. Just hits and goes on. You can often get that with a fresh wicket here. Like I mentioned earlier, first 6 overs are so important. Some experience in that middle order there. Raza and Burl, they've been around for a long time. They've played a lot of cricket together. But the job is to make their job as easy as possible. Get off to a flyer. Put Australia on the back foot early.
It's a flick. Nicely timed. It's a long fence away to a square leg. 2 runs. Easy 2 runs.
Safe, safe, safe.
A couple of changes for Australia today. Tim David and Ben Dorcius come back in. A lot of all-rounders, a lot of power in that order as well. 2 very good frontline spinners. Good variations. Marcus Stoinis, 1 wicket for 50 T20 international wickets. Same for Glenn Maxwell. Both hoping for some more runs as well. Maxwell needs some.
Some tickle. Umpire is not moved. Keeper is going to make a case. Looks pretty confident. He's walked up to Trevor's head and they've gone for a DRS review.
We have a player review for caught behind. Original on-field decision is not out. Check the feet placement and it's a fair delivery. You can move on from the split screen that I'm seeing, please. Okay, passes under the bat a little bit there. Let's have a look at full bridge when ready, please. It rolls through, rolls through. Ball is past the bat. Roll it through, roll it through. Okay, and it's clipped the side pad. We're ready to go back to Chris on field. Thank you.
Good decision from Chris Gaffney. Josh Inglis behind the stumps. He was confident, wasn't he? Straight away he said, yeah, I've heard something. I think it's flicked the glove. Australia lose 1 review.
Yeah, with provided that skied over the infield, slashed. And another couple. Became an easy shot. Change of pace, 123.8 that last ball. Its fastest has been 137.8. So you see that from the paces. It's Gaffney made that call. Good call down the leg side. Vimal Sari has been pretty impressive as well. The shot third in the ring now. Oh, beats him with a beautiful delivery that jacked back quite strongly. 4 without a wicket. And pick wickets, statistically that is. Australia 2, Zimbabwe 1, they've only met 3 times. angle back into the stumps. The bounce to go with it.
Marcus Stoinis with the new ball. Swing the brand new ball. He's done it enough over the last couple of years to justify the decision. We saw in the first game, Matthew Kuhneman, the left arm spinner, bowl 3 overs inside the power play. What may have deterred Australia on that matchup first up is Romani, the left-hander. It's a better matchup for the left arm spin, so they've gone with Stoinis. Deep third, deep backward square in place. Doesn't want to get too full.
That's an extra conceded. It's a fresh pitch, and it is pretty grassless. The bounce will not be there as much as we've seen it on SSC ground. But this is your typical subcontinent 22 yards.
Yeah, it is, and if you compare to what Australia played on the other day, which was a used wicket, it was very dry, very abrasive. This one, brand new, fresh wicket, so especially it being a morning game, it's a bit of that moisture can stick in the surface for a little bit longer until that sun bakes down. And there's superstars on watch everywhere in this game.
That's misfielded, allow them a run in the end. Australia Zimbabwe meeting after nearly 8 years. Zimbabwe will have to showcase their talent, whether they've grown as a team, whether they are good contestants and challenge Australia or not. Last time they played, Finch scored 172 in a T20I. 172. Finch in Harare. I think I was doing commentary then.
Yeah, you get a bit lucky every now and then, Ramiz. Get a few out of the middle. But this is a Zimbabwe side that should come here with a lot of confidence. They were clinical in the first game against Oman.
Yeah, you got to run well here on this ground. A vacant acreage on the off and leg side. Plenty of options for you to tap the ball and go for those ones and twos.
It's been a different way of playing T20 from what we've been accustomed to over the last 5 or 6 years, where batters walk out and they have one thing on their mind. They think plan it over the boundary from ball one. We saw Australia last game. They scored 22 twos. They played the conditions well. They didn't try and fight the conditions. They used them to their advantage.
Full shot, that's gone up in the air away from any fielder on the bounce to the deep fielder. Only a single, that's well fielded. It's a long fence. We're talking about almost 80 meters on that side. Ellis with this throw.
It's a good ball. It's a good option. The medium pace of Marcus Stoinis, at times it can feel like the last ball you expect. Maramani, he does take on the short ball, so it's a risk reward. Yes, he can score heavily, strikes it over 150 on the back foot. It can bring his downfall, so it's worth an option early.
Nice delivery. Ball in the middle and leg stump and shaped away. And well played in the end, because he's ready to flick it through mid-wicket and then held his post. Played with a straight bat. Didn't bowl in the last game. Stoinis. How fit is the captain?
Not very at the moment, so he's still on the sidelines. A very unfortunate and painful injury. Australia are just taking it day by day, hoping that he's available for the third game, which will be against Sri Lanka up in Kandy in a couple of days' time.
Finds the fielder at mid-on. Good over from Stoinis, 8 without a wicket after 2. Nowhere near the ball. It wasn't short enough. Matthew Hayden is a World Cup winner. Great competitor. Great physique, imposing individual. And a great hat to go with the trophy. Won 2 cricket World Cups. 2003 and 7. That's gone through, and 4 beautifully timed and placed. Extension of the arms, and it was uninhibited. That swing that got him a great result.
It's a ball you dream of as an opening batter. To get you into your innings. Just too much width, fraction short. That offside field up. Throw the hands, throw the kitchen sink at it. Get that anywhere near the middle, anywhere near the gap, and it races away here. The outfield's in beautiful condition.
Oh, that's a bit risky, but they say risk and reward. That's gone and hit the fence as well. Good time. So one driven off the back foot through the offside, the other more through the leg side.
This was agricultural, but it's effective. Taking advantage of the power play. Just 2 fielders allowed outside. Not a bad ball by any stretch. Just whips it through square leg, and that's forced a change. Deep backward square, deep forward square now in place for Dorcius.
Good batting, tapping it into the vacant area. The fielders on it, only a single. The body language from the openers. They've not played the reputation. I think they've been proactive and put away the loose deliveries.
They have. Not intimidated whatsoever. You have to think if there's an Australian side that you've played in years gone by, this is a totally different look.
Makes room, wanted to club it over the infield on the bounce, mid-off fielder. Exciting stuff. Taking few risks.
Yeah, you can't afford to be passive in the power play. You have to be prepared to try and lay down a marker early in the game. Because we understand, as games go on here, the wicket slows up, the spinners start to have a really big impact. Oh, this ball's nice and hard and shiny. Make the most.
Trying the ramp. Looking to play the field, missed it. 17 without a wicket after 3.
अरे रघु यार नेक्स्ट वीक मेरे पेरेंट्स इंडिया से आ रहे हैं बताना इंश्योरेंस कहाँ से लूं
start here, 17 after 3. Bit of off spin in the shape of Maxwell. Just before the game, he was trying to bowl with a very round arm. Trying a few things. On 49 wickets, gets smashed for 4. First ball, that is a beauty.
That's a great shot first up. Ramani saying to Maxwell, not going to allow you to settle. Not going to let you dictate. Might look like a risk, but it's just part and parcel of a batter's arsenal these days. Played the field nicely. The 2 fielders allowed out, long off in place. Again, just get it up and over. Races away. Really good start. Pressure on Australia.
The running has been good as well. I think these ones, singles, their boundaries followed by a run. Keep the momentum going. Right, we know power play, no more than 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. 2 fielders that Maxwell have got. Square leg and a wide, long, almost straightish mid-wicket.
Yeah, so what he's trying to do here is from over the wicket, angle the ball in and turn the ball in.
Yeah, there's cushion there. Fielder that straight mid-wicket comes handy.
That's exactly what Maxwell did there. Just not allow any room to free the arms. He has to make a decision now. Ramani, around 70% of his runs against spin come on the leg side.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely nailed it, smoked it. Great improvisation. He's not allowing him to bowl. That's the way to go.
That's why this shot is so impressive. The Australians would have done their homework, understand that he loves going leg side. That's why Maxwell's into the attack, trying to get him to go against the turn. He's having none of that. Because I'm going to keep coming at you, and I'll keep taking you with the spin.
Yeah, another 4. This is outstanding stuff. He's pounded his range. He's gone through the offside, through the leg side. Then there's great bit of improvisation in this innings so far. He's on 24 of just 11.
That's very good batting. Maxwell hasn't been doing a huge amount of bowling of late. Just the 1 wicket in his last 10 T20s.
Lovely cover drive. It's been a great mix of conventional and improvisation stuff. 31 without a wicket.
Shows the importance of this Group B match. Winner will be well and truly inside that top 2.
Gentleman coming on to bowl. Left arm spin is pretty tall, gets it to bounce also.
He mixes up his pace really well. You'll see him often throw the ball right up there. One thing that he does, keep an eye out for this, changes his field. So he's got long off in place to the right-hander now. So that tells me he's looking to turn the ball first up.
Big shot over mid-on. And it's got and hit the fence. Well, you've got to admire this. Really liking this from Zimbabwe. Keep going. They've been on the move and, well, they've gone off and leg side of the field so calmly and so diligently.
Yeah, they're not afraid to go against the turn either. That's a really good shot. Field change, deep mid-wicket now. Long off still in place.
I didn't find the gap there. That's the other thing that they've done well. It shows that they're pretty calm at the crease, so they're playing the field. It's not helter-skelter stuff. Reorganized hitting.
And like I was saying, keep an eye on the field. So Kuhneman's now pushed mid-on back, long on up. So if Bennett's prepared to give himself a fraction of room, he can get it up and over the offside. So look for Kuhneman to spear this in, flat up, potentially seam up, trying to curl it back in.
Quicker ball. Managed it well in the end. Well, they bat well as a pair, Bennett and Marumani. 3 century partnerships in T20 eyes.
Oh, they complement each other really well, don't they? Left and right hand combination. Marumani destructive off the back foot. He started well against spin.
Slower in pace, I think. Spun just a shade more. First run scorer for Zim since 2024. Dominate spin. Hits them well down the ground. Another field shift. Mid wicket is in. Square leg's been pushed back. Oh, that is smash and a half. Really was cracked. This is seriously good stuff from Zimbabwe. Putting pressure.
So far in this over, Matt Kuhneman has to think about how he can get out of this. Tuck him up on the thigh pad.
Oh, square once again, timing them beautifully. Looks to be a good batting surface so far. 40 from first 5, Zimbabwe.
The lines of your palm reflect the path of your life. But how
to look at Zimbabwe's side, 40 without loss after 5. Taylor not in, injured. Here's Ellis, good bowler. Not given wide. Here's Waz.
Thank you, Pommy. He bowled well the other day, 4 for 12, career best. And look at the way he bowls. He's got two slow balls, off cutter, and of course back of the hand. But look at the front knee. He bends so much. That's why he gets this skittiness with the slow ball and dip in the slow ball. And I think that's very important. And that's his natural action as well. Look at the knee jerk reaction. Is 108.4. Another good shot, another brilliant shot through extra cover, another boundary. They're off to a fly here, Zimbabwe. So on these kind of pitches, I think Ellis will be very successful if he bowls the way he's been bowling so far.
Well, Waz, don't go anywhere. I've got a question for you, mate. A lot of actions you see, they're very braced, locked off front leg. What's the advantage, disadvantage? What do you think?
It's just his natural action. It's impossible to tell him to have his front leg straight. I never had my front leg straight, so yeah, it depends bowler from bowler, and his action is his bends his front knee, and with that obviously his arm comes down and he skits. It slow ball dips a lot more. We've seen in the previous game, the first wicket he got, the back of a hand one, the batters didn't have idea, didn't have no clue what was happening. But overall, very intelligent bowler, especially on pitches like this, where it's the slow and low.
The best ever, if not the best. Yeah, magic stuff, as is this venue and this country. We're loving our cricket here. It's been a better wicket today, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just come through. Was wondering about the tackiness and whether it would sort of just sit in there or not. cautious when he started. A couple of them carried through quite nicely to the keeper. And Stoinis as well, probably why they'd have gone to him. The expectation that he could bowl his medium pace and kind of just sit in the pitch and get some sort of movement. There's that slower ball. Well negotiated in the end.
There's been as many bowling changes as it has been overs so far. That was the ball that Ellis bowled, the very first ball of his opening spell of the World Cup. This Island got a wicket. He's always in and around the stumps. His primary skill set. Classic theory of playing against pitch hitters, which we do see in the first 6, is that they're trying to slot across the line and score the maximums.
On a long way up. Fielder getting there, not quite. He'll get a couple. Renshaw trying his damnedest to get there, but couldn't quite. Went a long way up and was held up in the wind as well.